Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're gonna talk about something really interesting, because the Voice of the Galaxy came out, Developer Radio Volume 2, and they were talking about 1.3 quality of life changes, is some news, and we have some confirmation, official confirmation of really nice things. So let's scroll down. So this is like a cool format that they do, if you didn't know, and they talk about the questions and answers. So the Trailblazer is asking something, and the developers reply to the question with like something that we might end up getting in the future patches. In this case, 1.3. So the huge part of this, the most important part, is here. So the Trailblazer says, my Trailblazer power maxed out after sleeping on weekends. Can the mechanic be improved? And they say that in version 1.3, the crew will increase the upper limit of Trailblazer power to 240. That's like insane. So there were already rumors about it, but nothing official, of course. So unless it's official, you shouldn't like kind of like count on it unless it's official. So this is kind of big because like right now you're like in a weird moment. Like during the day you cap your resin at 180, your stamina 180, and the problem is that it doesn't last enough time where you can just log in once. You have to log in 75% of the time, let's say, in the day. You need to log in twice to be able to consume enough, and at the same time, let's say you log in the morning and before you go to sleep. It's gonna be still annoying to manage because like if you want to make it so it's gonna be almost capped whenever you wake up, you need to like calculate, do some math, and be like, oh, okay, so if I use 40 stamina now and then it recharges in one stamina every 5 minutes, I believe. So you need to do the math, and it's really annoying. So this makes it so instead it's like we got 60 more stamina to do. On top of that, so which makes it really good because that way we can also like farm a little bit more. There's like a whole domain that we can do, a whole what's it called in this game again? It's called the Cavern of Corrosion. You can do a whole corrosion cavern and then a couple goldens and stuff like that. You can like mix and match like those extra 60, but it's going to be really interesting because like besides the fact that it's going to be 240, we also going to get reserved Trailblazer power. Basically, when it maxes out, it gets you into the reserve. Now, how much is the reserve? We don't know. I believe it was like another 240, but I wouldn't bet on it. They didn't release it yet. They'll probably show it in the upcoming, well, not upcoming, but like whenever it comes before 1.3 on the live stream before the patch. They're probably gonna show the actual number, but it's still huge because that way, even if you can't log in every day, it doesn't give you like the FOMO, like oh shit, I'm losing stamina, I'm losing level up materials, I'm losing like gear. I can't gear my fucking characters because it's like because I couldn't log in this day. I was busy. So that's really good, and I believe it comes from. It's not even. It's a mix between Honkai, Impact, and Genshin, because like Genshin, you have the resin, right? That you can craft, and you can store up to 5, and that's it, just 5. Here we don't know how big it is. It could be really big, and that way it's better than how Genshin approaches it, and it's gonna be more stamina for us to play with and to organize. Like okay, these 3 days I can't go, so it's gonna be really important to know the number, but it's still like a nice addition. Like in Honkai Impact, I believe it's like really big compared to like how much stamina you have at the top of the screen. What the max is? Like I think it's like 160 or 180 on Impact. I don't remember. It's been like 6 months since I played the last time. So forgive me if it's like incorrect. I don't remember how much it is, but it's similar. The reserved is similar. So that's the huge news. Then what else? They're gonna add some quality of life for cutscenes. Like, let's say you accidentally, it happened to me multiple times. Let's say you accidentally skip a dialogue option. Like they're talking, they're speaking, like you're listening, and you accidentally click, and they skip over, and like you miss like a fucking essay. Like Ting Yun was gonna say some crazy shit, but boom, skipped. In 1.3, they're gonna add a quality of life function that will let you review the previous dialogue. So you click it, and it's probably gonna show like a visual novel. Like usually some visual novels do that. I think almost all of them. Like you click like a button on the side, and it shows you like the last 10 dialogues that happened. You the character that leading up to where you are. So that's a nice addition. It actually happened to me multiple times when I was alt tabbing because I have two monitors, right? So I was like listening to the dialogue. I alt tab, do something, come back. I click on the monitor to set the yes, okay, I'm playing the game. Like you click to focus on the window, and you accidentally click on the dialogue, and they skip. So yeah, so that's another nice one. Now, I want to send stickers when chatting with friends. They're gonna add some new stickers. I mean, that's like okay stuff, like good or sure. And then they're gonna do something about the black bar at the bottom of the PC client. So I make it so you can hide it. Let's see, what black bar? I do not. Oh, this one, the one at the bottom. You can see it. Ask, phone, exit, navigation, show cursor, tab, shortcut. I don't have a problem with it. I don't really give a fuck, but it makes sense. It's like it's one of those things that like now that I've noticed it, it bothers me. Now that I know that it's there, it bothers me. I cannot unsee. I cannot. So yeah, that's gonna be a problem. So yeah, they're gonna make it so you can. You can choose whether to display or not the navigation bottom menu. It's probably going to still show your UID, like here. It's going to be, oh, you can see it, but it's on the bottom right, the bottom left. You probably still can see your UID, which is, I think, like having the UID everywhere is good. So if you have to like share something, you can like safely retrace it to like, oh, which user is this? And then there's like a bunch of quality of life, like, oh, if you miss your birthday present during that day, it doesn't matter anymore. You can just log in, you will find it in your email, in your mail, even if you didn't log in. You can I don't know if it's permanent, if it's like very long, but it's gonna be like a grace period when you it doesn't matter when you log in, you're still gonna get the birthday present. And this is an actual topic that I wanted to discuss, and I forgot about it. And me forgetting about it basically highlights how big of a problem it is. It's not a big problem, but consumables. So, who uses consumables in Honkai? I don't. Do you? I don't think you do. No one does. You don't need to. Like if you need to heal and you're in the overworld, like you're running around, if you need to heal, just teleport to a teleport and you automatically get healed. It's not even. It doesn't even function like the statues in Genshin when they're like, oh, if you teleport there too many times, it's gonna deplete and you gotta wait a little bit. That's an inconvenience, and so that way you can you don't go always there. You try to heal up in the different methods, but in this case, you can just go there and heal. So I agree that consumables are not used at all. It's not worth using them. I honestly forget about them. The only moment I open the consumable screen is when the daily tells me to do it, and it's like, please synthesize a consumable, and I go like, okay, rice balls, boom, that's it, and then I forget about it until next day or whenever it asks me again. I don't use any healing. I don't think you can heal in combat either. You can in Genshin. You can just like be. And you panic heal or something. I don't know. Like if you're like in danger, you can use your items more frequently. And it makes sense in Genshin, but it doesn't make sense in Honkai. And besides that, I believe we don't have much of a choice in terms of variety on how many items do we have. Let me check real quick. Consumables are here. So we have 100% max HP, some some healing stuff, healing, revive, healing, energy recharge, energy recharge, recovers 2 technique points. This is some buff. These are buffs. I mean, you can tell by the icon, but those are buffs, attack buffs, attack related buffs. This is defense. Yeah, but when do you use those? Like, it feels like they're not impactful. They're not as impactful as they would like, the devs would like to be, for them to be. So it feels like you just neglect them. You don't need to use them. It's like in hard content in Star Rail, you either get destroyed or you destroy. So there's no in between. And I feel like they're not that impactful. And I believe you can't use them in during the fight. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I don't actually. Let's actually check. Can I use? Let's do this real quick. Can I use items? Can I use items? Any items? If I press C, ability light cone, buffs, debuffs. Like, you need to pre-buff, right? Yeah, you need to pre-buff. So like, no one uses it. Let me lower the volume so you guys don't get like blasted. So yeah, they addressed that. Let's just auto. They're gonna fuck up because we're gonna go to that point soon as well. Let's finish talking about the consumables. So the consumables are gonna be improved, they said, in the patch 1.3, and that's nice. And they're gonna make it so maybe we're gonna get new ones. Maybe they're gonna be more effective. Maybe they're gonna be more worth use. Maybe we're gonna have an option to use them in combat. Maybe. But besides that, there's another thing that it's really nice to know that they're addressing it in patch 1.3 and probably even after 1.3, right? Right, so let's go there. Boom, boom, boom. Now, that was a consumable. Now, there's gonna be something else before we get to auto battle. New items in Hertha store. Now, you heard about it multiple times already. Everybody knows about this, but this is like confirmed, basically, that in the new patch 1.3 update, which I believe is going to be a big one for simulated universe lovers like me. I really like simulated universe as a concept of gameplay. It's really fun, especially now that I have Kafka, it's really fun. And in the new update, we're gonna get a new 5-star light cone for Nihility. Now, I do not know if it's a good one or not, but it's a 5-star, so there might be an option for... I don't know if it's gonna be an option for Kafka or if it's gonna be a best in slot or not. It doesn't matter. It might be good for other characters or for future ones that we don't have yet, like a certain black bird. A certain black bird that might be coming in the future. Or the other girl that it's inside the light cone. What is it called? Like subscribe for more or something like that. That girl as well might use this. We don't know. I don't remember. I actually don't think I know what it does, but that's a good one. So if you want to get it, start saving your tickets for Hertha store. And there's going to be also a big update. I don't know if that big update is going to be completely released on 1.3 and if it's going to start on 1.3 and end on 1.4. We will see about that. But then let's touch on the final topic, which is really interesting. The auto battle, which is exactly addressing the problem that I have and that everybody has probably. Because it's the auto battle is not that good. The auto battle is okay. But most of the time, they misuse and mistarget. Like, if I use, especially it happens a lot with Kafka as well, with the Kafka team that I'm running. It's like some okay team, just running Gepard, Luocha, Sampo, and Kafka, just to be safe. I could run Asta, but I don't have her built. So while I'm waiting for her to be built, I'm running this. I don't have Pela either. They're both like 50. Yes, I should have done something about that before Kafka came out, but I got unlucky on the relic farm, so it took me very, very long time to get a decent Kafka set and a decent Sampo set. Going back into the topic, the auto battle is gonna be improved, which means that they're gonna improve the AI behind it and make it so they don't use a weird logic when it comes to like which character uses a skill, which character attacks which monster. I don't know if maybe they might make it so the AI doesn't always use the ult every time it's up. I know you can toggle it so you can manually do it, but I don't want to manually do it. I want to automate it and make it so they do it properly. Now, they don't have to do necessarily everything with AI. I don't know if it's possible to do, or if it's like faster or better to do it like this instead of what I'm about to say. I would like the auto battle to have settings, because if you have settings, it would be easier to tune it depending on which team are you're using. So if I'm using a dot team and I know I want to go Sampo ult first and then Kafka skill and then ult after, like in this order, that would be cool to have some sort of like timeline, like, and that way you can set which character goes first, which character's ult is gonna be prioritized, which character ult is never gonna get used unless 50% HP. I don't know if any of you guys played in the past Final Fantasy 12. Final Fantasy 12, it was an okay game. It wasn't like something crazy, but they had a nice addition that was the Gambit system. And the Gambit system was very, very, very interesting because you could tune it. It was like some sort of like basic AI back in the days. It was like a rudimentary AI, and at that point you could like use some settings and make it so they would act however you want. You had HP thresholds. You had okay, when this happens, do X. When this happens, do Y. So I would like for the auto battle to be customizable, but if they make it good and I don't have to do anything, that's fine. But I doubt it's gonna be perfect at all. I don't think it's possible for it to be perfect just by using logic and AI, because you never know how you want to play. I don't know. Maybe they can, but it's gonna take a long time, and it's probably gonna take many tries before they get it to like a perfect point. But yeah, like a lot. It ends here, by the way. It ends here. I really liked this volume 2 of the developer radio. So I think they do this every time, I believe. From 1.1 they started, so 1.2 is going to be volume 2, 1.3 is going to be volume 3, and they're going to talk about the next patch. So this one was kind of huge for the Trailblazer power, the reserve Trailblazer power, the cap increase, the dialogue history, the Black Bar, I don't give a fuck. The birthday, I don't give a fuck. The consumables, it's nice to know that maybe we're gonna get new ones. Light Cone Nihility, new one, 5-star on Hertasaur Pog, and the AI being improved. Pog. I would like settings, but who knows? But yeah, that's it. I don't wanna like stress it too much. I'm gonna link this article in the comments, in the description, if you want to read it yourself. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. It's gonna help me a lot. And yeah, see you next time.